Today's announcement joined a portfolio of Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment projects already underway in Africa, including mobilizing $8 billion in public and private finance to help South Africa replace coal-fired power plants with renewable energy sources and develop cutting-edge energy solutions like clean hydrogen.
Why do we got to do it?
Exactly.
That's my money. You know what? There's things that I really dislike. Welcome back to the show. Dana Loesch here, bottom of our first hour. I hate technical difficulties. I hate people giving my money away. I hate people who run entities and they don't know how to do it, and so they screw everything up. I hate being told that we can do this for this country, but we can't secure our borders. You know what? When we did our 9 layers of hell, Dante's Inferno, I really want to redo mine.
There's always more to add.
You know, there is. I feel like we need a do-over. I really do. In fact, I know we do, and I'm probably going to redo it, and I'll share it with you later. It's cathartic. Why? Why do we have to give them money for all of these other? I mean, have you guys seen the headlines the videos that's coming out of El Paso, Del Rio sector? I mean, I'm just wondering, have they seen it? $8 billion. They're sending $8 billion.
It's worse than. Listen to what Biden says here. Listen to this.
I'm announcing a new initiative, the Digital Transformation with Africa, working with Congress to invest $350 billion.
Oh, 350. Well, $8 billion now.
Almost a half.
Great.
Yeah, 350 though.
Well, he wants 350 total. So $8 billion so far has been approved. I don't know how. 2/3 of U.S. money for fossil fuels goes into Africa despite climate goals. I was reading this piece over at The Guardian. Why? $350 billion. Now, I was thinking about this, and this was at the U.S. Africa Business Forum. Is this the U.S. trying to counter Belt and Road? China's Belt and Road Initiative, where China goes in and they say, oh, hey, we would love to help you with your infrastructure or some other things. Let us help you do that. We'll do it. We'll spend this money investing in your infrastructure. And just, it would be great if you could just give us in return maybe your mineral rights. Maybe, control of the oil and gas. Maybe your copper. Maybe something. Maybe your cobalt, like DRC. I'm wondering if it's kind of a Belt and Road. Now, here's how Russia's reporting it. And the reason I bring this up is because it's not unlike what China's doing. Biden mistakenly vows $350 billion for Africa's digital economy. The Chinese reporting isn't much. That's what makes me kind of wonder if it's not. But a little bit like Belt and Road. But at the same time, is that really the best? I get it. It's a geopolitical issue, but I don't really. But we're going to expand our involvement to make sure that they can participate in the digital economy. You know whose job that is? Their government. It's their government's job. I know it's very uncomfortable for people to acknowledge that the United States isn't responsible for every single entity around the world. Just as yourself, you're responsible for your house, correct? You're not responsible for the houses of other people down the street because you would deplete and exhaust your resources before you would even realize your goal. And secondly, I really need all of the other countries of the world to get on the same page as to what they think of the United States. Either, because I grew up hearing that the United States was a nation building, jingoistic nation building, bossy entity. I grew up hearing that. That is what we were told over and over again by people in the press. It was the attitude that the left adopted after hearing all of this from European leaders. European leaders were resentful of the outsized influence the United States was able to exert because the United States has such a large economy and has so many resources. And so everyone accused, the United States is now, granted, there were some Republicans, some neocons that went along with Democrats and loved to nation build, and some of them still do. War Inc. definitely does. But by and large, the nation building and a lot of this really was coming after World War II and et cetera, et cetera. But I just really need them to get on the same page, because they say these things, but then at the same time, they welcome dollars for their digital infrastructure. What do I care if Zimbabwe has the means to participate in the digital commerce? I mean, there are businesses in Africa that already do this. What to make sure people across Africa can participate in the digital economy? That is one of the dumbest statements I think I've ever heard. That's not our responsibility. And furthermore, doesn't it presuppose that they're not?